Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. This is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. And, words from a Watchfire or whatever. This isn't really burning a stump out, although it is a big stump. But it's kind of a double, triple whammy. It was a good place. It was a good clearing. I needed to burn a bunch of trash. The stump was conveniently there, and it could have been cut off another 2 feet originally, but it's been there for a couple years, and not that anybody's probably gonna not happen to see it, but over in that direction, I don't know if you can see it, probably the headlight's not bright enough, but anyway, I loaded a big pile of stuff on it out of the trasher. Do not ever buy a trailer that says tracker. No, don't ever buy a trailer that, any kind of trailer camper with roof damage or floor damage that you don't absolutely know that you can fix. If you know somebody that's good at that and they've done the work before and they will do it for you, wonderful. I've had a couple guys say, yeah, I can fix that, but it hasn't happened yet, and I don't think it's going to happen. So basic, I can get my money out of it, no question. It's like I've said before, the refrigerator is worth what I paid for it. So anyway, I'd like to get the refrigerator out because it is a good refrigerator and it will fit in the Airstream, and I'd pretty much just want to call it good. I mean, I could scrap it, and the metal's worth a lot, and the tires are brand new. They're worth $500, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, and there's a family that's wanting to go mobile. So I may we'll see what happens, So, little bit on headlights. LED. I walked around the stump in the dark with my headlight on. I think I had 2 or 3 of them on. And I was piling wood. You can see to the right there's a really big pile of wood. I lost my bearings, my orientation. Where I'm sitting is where I wanted to sit. And I thought I was making that pile on this side of the stump. So have good headlights always. Have good lights always. Let me tell you. Okay. Boy, I'd like to do some screenshots, but I've got hundreds of screenshots, topics I want to do. And I'm not sure that time is going to get any better, because I'm going to try to get to Passover, and then I absolutely am dreading summer and heat. I mean, I like cold more than I like heat, because heat is just flat out miserable. Miserable for me. Cold, I don't care. Yeah, I grew up in Colorado, and it's never been cold here yet. So, cold doesn't bother me that much. I have not had my winter gear together since 2015 or before. So I'd like to find that stuff this summer and have it ready for next winter, just in case we have another fairly brutal winter, which I think we're going to have. So anyway, I did a sound check with the mic. I have a boom mic with a foam cover on it, so it sounded fine. Although I can't listen to it with the mic on, with the headset. I don't know why. It recorded great. So, all right, this is kind of just an update. I can talk, and I'm talking from my heart, Trying to get ready for Passover. I've got a lot of things to do. I've got tents to dig out. I got a parachute I want to dig out for a gazebo, covering, a rain shelter, sun shelter. I've got 2 shower stalls, 1 single room stall and a double room stall, so you have a changing room, dry room, and a solar shower for that one. And I just got a toilet today. Really neat. It looks pretty cool. I ordered the look up cleanwaste.com, the Go Anywhere toilet system. I mean, they have a really awesome looking tent, cover, bathroom stall. A suitcase shaped toilet that you just, it literally has a handle on it. It's like a suitcase, 7.5 pounds. Okay, it's a bit heavy. It's not an ultralight type of a situation, but it's made for military. There's millions of them in use around the country. You just pop it open, the legs pop out, 3 legs pop out, and bam, you're ready to go. Literally. No, they got wag bags. They got poo powder, which absorbs, digests, and actually, I guess the whole bag you can throw it in the trash, and it's all biodegradable. No smell. So now I would prefer composting, but still, in certain situations, that other system has its place, and I'm seeing that. I agree. As far as stumps and toilets, this one was a little bit too high and a little bit too narrow, so I wasn't going to do that. I do have about 3 spare toilet lids now, I found, in addition to my Care X hemorrhoid donut cushion. That thing is not made to be out in the weather. I've noticed a little bit of cracking on it. I just let it sit out a few days. Do not leave them out in the weather. They probably last forever inside, but they're not UV resistant. They're not made to be out in the sun. So kind of a duh moment, but anyway, good experiment. I like it. I love the thing. Great for sitting on, great for, long meetings. I mean, there's just multiple purpose. Absolutely. They do make toilets. Speaking of multi-purpose, there's a toilet which is a table and a chair, and then it has probably a heavy Velcro flap that drops out in the middle and, Velcro's out of the way, and it's your toilet. So it can be a toilet, a chair, and a table. Pretty cool. So that's the things on my mind for Passover. If anyone is interested, for many people, it may be your first Passover. I highly command you to observe these feast days. The entire playing out of the whole salvation message from Genesis on is according to these feast days. So get a clue on that, people. Especially if you believe you're the remnant, you had best be paying attention to these things. When did Passover happen? Well, it happened when they left Egypt. What was the deal? They slaughtered a lamb, put it over the doorposts. What happened a few thousand years later? Messiah was crucified at Passover. Lamb was slaughtered, darkness, the veil was rent, life changed, the whole world changed. So, Pentecost, well, Mount Sinai, giving of the law, Pentecost, and when the day of Pentecost was fully come, the disciples were gathered in the upper room, and what happened? The law was written on their hearts. What about Tabernacles, the great ingathering, the last harvest, the great final harvest of the year? Hasn't happened yet. It has happened every year, but it has not played out in our lifetime, in our this time-space continuum scenario. It has not been fulfilled. Okay, so get a clue. The second coming, what is the Tabernacles about? Well, it's about the great ingathering, the final harvest, and it's about, a feast. It's a time to celebrate. It's a wedding feast of the Lamb. So it will happen, I believe, judging by what happened at Passover and what happened at Pentecost. It will play out and happen. The second coming will be in conjunction with the great final feast, because what happens at that time, there's 3 different feast days at that time, feast times. You have the Day of Trumpets, no man knows the day or the hour, so you have to watch for that moon. The trumpet's blown. You have 10 days to repent, and then there's the Day of Atonement. And then you enter into the kingdom era, the age of Tabernacles. So overall, I believe we're transitioning into that time, but we're not there yet. And believe me, the way things are going in my life, the way things I see happening, not happening in anybody's lives, it's going to be a challenge, and it's going to be exciting to see it happen. I believe it will happen. I will always believe that, but I don't see things progressing very fast and happening very soon. Although something could happen and spur people to actually begin the second Exodus, and I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a last minute, literally overnight. It took me many, many years, about 10 years, to realize, hey, you know what? I'm waiting for this Exodus. Well, how did the Exodus happen? Well, it happened literally overnight. Okay, put your kneading troughs on your shoulders and let's go. You know, unleavened bread, don't take the time to bake your bread, eat unleavened bread. Time to book out of Egypt with their jewels and their gold and their silver. Borrow from your master's gold and silver. So anyway, I believe that that's going to happen, but it took me a long time to realize, hey, it's probably going to wait. Probably not going to happen until some last minute and happen literally overnight. Which is why I say, drive now or walk later, because a lot of you are going to be walking. I hate to say it, so get used to it. Be in good walking condition, have good boots, have good clothing, be able to wear your house, wear survivable clothing all the time. Wool, have good clothing. So, oh, that's pretty cool. The wind blew and that thing's just lighting up. I love it. I hope it shows up on good on that. It is. Pretty neat. Anyway, I'm going to call it good. I don't know how much memory I've got. I don't want to go over it because then it just blows up and it doesn't work at all. So I'll just sign off there. Just some thoughts for the remnant. And I'm pretty much talking to the remnant. I'm not talking to a bunch of, redneck, knucklehead, backwood, hillbilly, proud, atheist, whatever. I'm not talking to all the morons of the world. I'm just talking to the remnant. So if it doesn't make any sense to you, fine. Don't worry about it. Just move on. Nothing to see here. Move along. All right. Well, this is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you're the remnant. Thank you. Good night. Yahweh bless.